Welcome to eMedia, Utah's digital library of free educational resources. In this update, we're going to explore the different ways in which eMedia resources are licensed. When a resource is added to eMedia, it is labeled with a copyright or Creative Commons license. What are these licenses and what do they mean to you? Let's start by visiting eMedia.uen.org. Be sure to log in using your MyUEN account. Click on the Advanced Search option in the center of the home page. If you scroll down to the bottom of the search options, you'll see a section called License Types. You can see that resource licensing can vary from unrestricted to restricted and everything in between. Each license lets you know what you can and cannot do with the resource. Let's take a closer look. eMedia resources are generally made available to you in one of three ways. Option 1. Some eMedia resources are licensed by the Utah Education Network. UEN contracts with providers and pays the licensing fees for their resources so that you can still access them for free as long as you are logged into eMedia as a Utah educator using your MyUEN account. These licensed resources are generally copyrighted and labeled with an all rights reserved license in eMedia. This means that you can use the resources in your classroom. You can even download the resources to your educator computer. However, it is still only licensed for you to use in your own classroom for educational purposes. You do not have the right to change, remix, or redistribute the resource. These are for your use and should not be shared in a district cloud storage or uploaded anywhere else. Option 2. Many eMedia resources are curated and added to the database by our eMedia librarians. These resources are generally openly licensed and labeled with a Creative Commons license in eMedia. There are 6 different CC licenses, and each one tells you what you can and cannot do with the resource. Let's take a quick look at the CC license options. The CC Attribution License allows you to reuse, distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the resource, and even use it commercially, as long as attribution is given to the creator. The CC Attribution Share Alike license is the same as the attribution license, except that it also requires you to license any derivatives you create under identical terms. In other words, you have to allow others to reuse your new resource as well. The CC Attribution Non-Commercial License allows you to reuse, distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon a resource as long as attribution is given to the creator. However, you may only do so for non-commercial purposes. The CC Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike license requires all 3 pieces to be in place. You can reuse, remix, and so on, but only if attribution is given to the creator, only non-commercially, and only if you license your derivative work under identical terms. The CC Attribution No Derivatives license allows you to copy and distribute the resources in unadapted form only, and only if attribution is given to the creator. This license does allow for commercial use. And finally, the CC Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license is the most restrictive CC license. It allows you to copy and distribute the resource in unadapted form only and for non-commercial purposes only, as long as attribution is given to the creator. In addition to these 6 CC licenses, you may also notice resources labeled as public domain or CC0. Creators have the option of giving up their copyright completely and putting their works into the worldwide public domain. A CC0 license allows you to distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the resource with no conditions. Resources can also end up in the public domain when they are very old and their copyright license has expired. You can visit creativecommons.org to learn more about each of these licenses. If you are looking for resources with a specific type of license, you can select the options you are looking for in the Advanced Search tool. You can also filter any eMedia search results by license type. Open author resources in eMedia with a license that allows for remixing, the resources with unrestricted use or conditional remix are identified with a remix label, and they already have a remix button right on the preview screen, allowing you to make a copy of the resource and make it your own. eMedia automatically attaches the appropriate license to your remix and gives attribution to the creator of the original resource. Option 3. Utah educators can contribute eMedia resources using the eMedia creation tool. When they do so, they select the licenses for the resources they add. If you choose to add resources to eMedia using the Submit from Web tool, you must select the same license that the creator of the resource selected. If you create your own resource in eMedia using the Open Author tool, you may select whichever Creative Commons license you choose. Understanding the licensing of eMedia resources can help you model good digital citizenship skills and help ensure you are a responsible member of the eMedia community of practice. For more eMedia resources and tutorials, including videos that will help you search for, curate, create, and remix eMedia resources, be sure to visit the eMedia product page at uen.org/eMedia or visit the Getting Started with eMedia Hub. If you have additional questions, feel free to send us an email at eMedia@uen.org.